Good afternoon. This is Deb Amlen for the New York Times, and welcome back to Crosswords Live. We are here today. It's just me and Sam. Welcome back, Sam.
Good to be here. You say that like you're so bummed out, but
I'm not
I'm sure
going
we
that
can still
far.
carry the room.
You're right. You're
We'll
right.
do our best.
Can I roll that back and start again?
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are so happy to be here, and I am thrilled, positively elated to be here with my solving co-host, Sam Ezersky. Good
That's
afternoon,
better.
Sam.
That's better. Where's the confetti, right?
There you go.
No, it just means we're gonna be calling upon our solvers extra today as we
That's right.
rush this tricky Thursday crossword. It's an interesting one today. I don't think it's the hardest of Thursdays in the world
No,
once you catch on, but that's okay. We don't want every Thursday to be soul crushing.
I have
Um,
to say that, if people are Monday through Wednesday solvers, they absolutely do classify themselves when they write to me. Oh, I'm a Monday through Wednesday solver. If you have been afraid to tackle these tricky Thursdays, I would say this is a good one to get started with because there are elements in the puzzle that you're going to need to know. But it's easy enough to get yourself into. Would you say that's accurate?
yeah, I'd say. I mean, it's really Deb. I think you posted this just from the wordplay Twitter yesterday or the day before.
Yeah.
There's two way you just got to start with crosswords and you just got to continue. That's
Yeah.
all it is. Thursday. Don't be daunted by all the crazy Thursdays that we offer. It's
Right.
all part of the learning curve. It
This
might
is
be a
not
steep
Yeah, this is
drop
not a
off.
terribly hard one. I was feeling very zen that day.
Yeah,
And I decided that, I was going to let people know because it's a big mystery for a lot of people. A lot of people think, what we do is really hard and really, mystifying, and it's not. It really isn't if you understand the rules for crossword solving, and that's something you get to know over time. So I did tweet out, it said there are only two steps to becoming a really good crossword solver, and that's to start and then continue. And
exactly.
that's really it. Nancy Burke Osborne is with us. Happy to see you, Deb and Sam. Hi, Nancy. Good to
Good to
see you.
good to see you, Nancy. Thanks for coming. Thanks
Amy
for joining.
Lagas and Valeria Silvestri are with us. Hi, nice to have you guys back. We are getting into the puzzle today, and we have a feeling because this is not the hardest Thursday we've ever seen that you're going to help us crush this fairly quickly. Once we finish the puzzle, we decided if we have some time left over, since it's Sam and I today and we don't have a guest, today you guys get to ask us anything. If you have any questions about the crossword puzzle or any games we offer, because Sam edits quite a few of them, or you have any questions about wordplay or what we offer, you are welcome to ask us. Anything. You can ask me how tall I am.
Or just
Uh,
anything, breakfast, drink of choice.
Breakfast. Yeah,
We're here
absolutely.
for sure.
What's really in this cup,
Yeah,
right?
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's
You don't.
water.
Well, that I don't think I'm going to be answering.
Billy's with us, and he says, I dared for the first time to do a say puzzle this week and got that double rebus. Girl, congratulations, Billy. Good for you. You know what? It's okay if it took you 2 hours. It's not a race. What
Or
matters,
200 hours.
let me ask you this, Billy. Did you enjoy it? Did you have a good time? And if
Um,
you had a good time, if the answer is yes, then really, that's about as good as it gets. Doe Darling is here. Hi, nice to see you, Doe. Who is today's puzzle by?
it's by Joe Kidd.
I love that
This
name.
is Kidd's second Mr. Kidd's second puzzle for the times. I'm using my wordplay speak.
That's okay.
And yeah, first Thursday offering. I believe his debut was a few years ago. Was a Wednesday, and
Wow.
Deb, I just wanted to bring this up. We're talking about our learning curve for this puzzle. Like, sometimes people are so scared about Thursdays,
Yeah.
but then you can mouse over to an answer like six down here in a third. This is a Thursday crossword reminder. You just see can blank and amen, and
Mhm.
you just know no matter what day of the week it is that that's going to be I get, right?
Yes.
So it
That's
doesn't
a
matter if it's
great.
Thursday.
Can I get an amen for that, Sam?
Amen.
There you go.
Exactly.
Um, and look at this. With almost no effort, we're into the puzzle. It's not, it's a beginning, and you have to give yourself credit for that. So let's see if we can get some of the shorter answers to crossing it.
Yeah, so let's see. How about oh, here's some sports. You want to
Yeah.
take a crack at this? No,
If you know that one.
yeah, so that's the LPGA.
Oh, very good.
There you go. So, but that's a wheelhouse thing. It's okay if you, as the solver, you stay away from your sports clues, wait to get more crossings. That's the fun of American style puzzles, is because you know that every letter is going to be found in both an across and a down
Exactly.
answer. There's a way to check it.
So that's another thing to keep in mind as you start and continue to solve crossword puzzles. Remember to check your
Exactly.
crossings. Every square that you get is a stepping stone to the next entry. Nicole Xavier's with us, and she says 7 down. Oh, and Bruce Giordano both say that 7 down is Padre.
Spanish clergyman is Padre, indeed.
Very
That
good.
also, I was going to have that D there anyway, because with 17 across, you can check
Yes.
out. Well, it's
Right.
checked out, and that's a past tense clue. The parts of speech must match, the tenses must match. So you know that that's probably going to end in ED as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Kimberly says, my goodness, this has been so long. Welcome back. We've been here, Kimberly. I don't know if you had trouble finding us, but we have been streaming. We've been streaming with guests, but today it's Sam and me and all of you together. Just an internet party for solving.
Kimberly's just excited that we're going to have ample time to call on solvers today.
I think so.
We're relying on you guys.
Yeah, you guys are going to get us through that. And again, if we finish early, we're going to have AMA and Ask Me Anything for Sam and me. Again, you can ask us anything you want about the crossword or about the games that the New York Times offers, or even questions about ourselves. Let's see.
What else do we have?
Yes, Nicole Xavier says 42 across is horse.
I never know how to say that. Is it Lipizan?
It's Lipizaner, and yeah, that's a good guess. I wonder can we try 30 down and see if that's correct?
Like it. Oh, interesting. See, definitely a horse, but that's the abbreviation for pages, right? Ends in an S. I'd be shocked to find out that this answer is a collective abbreviation that doesn't end in an S. I feel like that has to be an S.
Right. So the answer is source then.
Yeah, exactly. The source. The source. You had to use the source code to program this answer into the puzzle.
All right. So, but that was a good guess. Lipizanas are horses. But
we're a word similar to horse that starts with an S? Just throwing that out there.
You might want to climb on your trusty one. There. People are Kimberly saying hi to Vegan Doe. Kathy O is with us, and she says 14 down. Want to hop up there again?
14 down with the L
is a fabulous entry that I liked called Let's Not.
Yes, let's not. I part of my brain has to tell the entirety of my brain that before I say something, and then half the time I still say it anyway. So.
Oh, and Billy said, yes, I love the Sunday puzzle. I felt so accomplished. It was fun. Great theme in Rebus. See, that's great. And that's really all that matters. If you finish, it doesn't even matter if you finished. If you were entertained, then the puzzle did its job.
You're only going to continue to get better too. Again, like it's not, there are going to be some tougher ones. There are going to be some tough ones. There are going to be some easy ones. But, if you're interested in keeping track of your times will go down. If you're not, your enjoyment factor will go up as you continue to crack stuff with only a letter or two. I mean, my goodness, you just got to keep solving, you guys.
Right. Okay. I'll tell you, these people are going to help us crush it quickly.
Excellent.
Bruce Giordano says 12 down is arms.
12 down, all the way over. SALT's component, so it's an acronym. So it's not a component of, it's not NaCl.
Not exactly. Why would SALT be in all caps unless the puzzle's yelling at us?
Acid, heat.
Yes.
Just shouting it out loud if you're that excited.
Alex Thibodeau says 15 across is other.
We have the R there, so that's a choice on many surveys is other. Indeed,
That makes sense
catch
to
all.
me.
Maybe we can check that three-letter answer with the T, like
Like
Claire.
Claritin for short. Oh man, I'll tell you, this stream
Did it
is
hit
brought
home?
to you by the makers of Claritin. Like Claritin for short. That could that be over the counter?
OTC, over the counter. You know,
There you go.
indication of a shortening in the clue. The answer is going to be for short, of course.
All right, let's go to our solvers. We've got a lot going on here. Alex
Hit me.
Thibodeau says, oh, I'm sorry, we read that. Sorry, Alex. Nancy Osborne says 18 across is scrum. That's an interesting thing. I learned that because the resident South African, my partner, used to play rugby. So I learned that scrum from him. I actually, honestly, for some reason, the word thrum, THRUM, got caught in my head. And so I had that until I realized that that's more of a sound than a group of rugby players.
Lots of word memory. That's okay.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to all my techie developer people out there that know Scrum in a different meaning, in an agile
Exactly.
Shout out to you all. The real
And product people. So WAG950 says that the answer to the Lipizzaner is steed.
It is steed. And whoever said horse out in Nicole, I think that was you. That was perfectly cromulent.
Yeah.
You know, but it just wasn't the right one. That happens more in Thursday crosswords than Mondays. You know, we try on the editing side to be less easy, overt, straightforward with you. Sometimes you just got to do a little bit of extra thinking, even if you know what a Lipizzaner is. You know,
a lot of people are agreeing on Scrum. Bruce Giordano says 37 across is Phil Oakes, OCHS.
Boom. Then maybe we can check these short answers. Quit stalling at 31 down. That's got to be packed, right? And then can we do this now? The calendar pages? What are the pages of a calendar? Let's think about that first and then abbreviate it.
WAG950 has got it.
Tell us.
Here she says it's MOS for months.
Boom.
You've got
Easy as that.
There.
Again, just a trick of the trade with crosswords, you guys. Abbreviation in the clue, abbreviation in the answer. That's all there is to it.
Valeria Silvestri is going, go Springboks. Yes, absolutely. They're a very good team. Nicole Xavier is really killing it today. She's got 36 down is Elf.
2003 Will Ferrell comedy. Yes, there are some
absolutely
nice gimmies in this one.
There were, but you know, that's how you get into it, and then you just go around it. So I don't want to hear anybody say to me, I can't do the Thursday puzzle, because you can. You might not get the theme, you might get through it without even noticing that there is a theme, which is kind of a pity, because to me that's the story that's told in the puzzle.
Exactly.
But,
I like that.
There's no way to say that you cannot do this. This is something that everybody with a good grip, a decent grip on English can do.
I like this crosser here, Deb.
Which
Response to who's a good boy, crossing that F.
Yes, I got to tell you, my dog does not say arf when I say who's a good boy. For one, because technically she's a girl. But also because her response to who's a good girl is to roll over and demand a belly rub.
Ah, yes. But of
really doesn't do crosswords.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But that would be ARF.
Yes.
Fun way to clue it.
So Nicole, 25 down is of no. Blank
importance trivial.
There you go.
See, that's the parenthetical really helps there, because then you know that phrase blank importance is going to be adjectival.
Something about being trivial. Yeah.
Exactly.
Amy Lagus has 8 across.
What's that?
Amy Lagus has 8 across. She says
8 across. Lots of luck. We don't need that much luck to solve this thing, but glad we said it. That
was kind of a passive aggressive message in the puzzle.
That's Will saying, like, good
luck
luck with this. Have fun. I got 11 down for you.
Oh, you do?
The Grinch's creator. I mean, did we need any letters for this?
No, not at all. That's Dr. Seuss.
That is Dr. Seuss. Just 5 letters, so we lop off his title.
Right. Sean says 30 across is Matt.
30 across? Oh, yeah, there we go. Gymnasium equipment is Matt. Indeed.
Okay. And now Billy Ha has 40 down, which I giggled at this clue also, Billy. The answer is snoring. I
I would have
honestly,
needed a letter or two for this, but
I would have too. But you know, when you get it, you go back and you think, oh, right, you know.
exactly.
Nicole said, "I'm just here to help with 3 letters." No, Nicole, come on. We know you better than that. You are a good
You're here every
solver.
week.
And as we said, there is no shame in making a mistake. I had thrum for scrum at first. Does that mean I'm not a good solver? No, it just means that my brain went to a different place. But eventually we created it.
Yeah,
Let's see.
there's something about this puzzle that we haven't talked about yet.
What's that?
And this goes, whether you're a first time solver here, whether you solve every week, it's equally important. I mean,
Oh,
Thursday crosswords always have themes.
yeah.
There is some inspiration for this puzzle. And in this one, at least visually, it's a little easier to see that there's something going on because we have 4
Oh,
circled
look at
letters
somebody
symmetrically
left
arranged in the
circles
grid.
in the grid.
Yeah. So that's all. We don't know anything else other than that.
Nope.
Sometimes there's a revealer answer that explains things. Here, there
Yeah.
actually isn't.
No,
But
but you know what? I'll bet we can figure it out.
we can figure it, just
Help of
means you
our
can figure it
friends.
out on your own. Yeah.
Yeah, our friends are going to help us with this.
Thanks,
Uh,
friends. Lots of luck.
so Wag 950 says crossword dogs say arf. Yes, I guess they do. Bruce Giordano says 35 down is Mar. Did we get that one already?
Not yet, but we have it now.
Okay,
Damage
the
of
damage.
Mar. What's
Uh,
34 across? Grim
oh,
creature.
that's
2 and
Alex Thibodeau has it.
what do we got?
He says he or she. I'm
He,
guessing it's a
he,
he.
he.
Oh, somebody
Gotcha.
you know. Uh, says it's gnome.
Gnome. Thank you, Alex. Awesome. We got that. Should we try? Do we have enough letters to attempt this 10 down now?
Oh,
Caught off guard. I
you
probably
know
not going
what?
to get this one, but it's good to chew on because it has one of those circles in it too, which is interesting.
Yeah. Well, you know, I would say my first response would be, it sounds like it's through for a loop. But
You
you
know,
know what? I don't know if we have enough letters there.
3 would go there, 4 would go there. Yeah, it's definitely not
Yeah.
enough letters, but maybe we can talk that away. I mean, something I was thinking like attempt is 4 letters, but
Yeah.
that answer I want my knee jerk is to say try, but
Yeah, exactly. But
you
you know
know,
what? That's
we
an
got to
example of your brain taking you to a different place, which is what Thursday clues are meant to do.
exactly, and there could spoiler alert, there could be twists. Maybe the answer that you were thinking of was the right answer all along. That's why it's good to tuck
Oh.
these sorts of things away. So, in the meantime, we continue with bending pipe.
Nicole Xavier,
What you
can I
got?
just step in? Nicole Xavier and Billy Ha both have 59 down as mint.
What do we got? Mojito garnish is a
And
mint. Boom. That's one of those. It's a
Billy,
Thursday, but you just know it, right?
sometimes, yeah, that you got to just find the gimmies first, and
Exactly.
then you feel accomplished, you go and tackle the other stuff.
Mhm.
Billy wishes us many mojitos from Miami. Thank you, Billy. We could use one.
I could use one right now.
Kimberly says, I'm here just to listen to the geniuses. You know what? We're all geniuses in our own way, Kimberly. Hop right in, man. I'm glad you're here. Nicole Xavier says 13 across is Vans.
What do we got? Off the wall for Vans? 13?
Maybe.
It might be another one. I can't remember if it's
Oh,
in the
okay.
puzzle. In the meantime, let's keep jumping.
Okay.
You know what? Attempt could be more metaphorical. It might not be try, it might be stab.
Take a stab at something.
Or the verb form, yeah.
Yeah, that's a kind of an alarming way to open a puzzle, especially if you don't read the clue. But you know, the Terp Kristen E. Pilate says, but the circle is
Oh,
a
whoa, whoa,
loop.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, we're
Okay.
getting it. Kathy O has it.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Tell me when I should spill the beans.
This is the light bulb going on over everybody's heads.
Should we spill the beans or should we keep working?
I think, well, you know, the beans are going to be different depending on where you are in the puzzle. But
oh, okay.
I think I was right. Through for a loop is right, but that loop at the bottom is dun 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 a rebus.
Oh no! You didn't just say.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't just say the.
I did. I said it. Say it again.
That's a gosh, my skin's crawling. Anyway, the rebus solvers, the rebus. Don't be alarmed. Some
That's right.
Thursday puzzles, in fact, even some Wednesday puzzles,
Yeah.
have this little trick called a rebus. You see this button right up here? You can see it on my screen, right,
Oh,
Deb?
yeah.
This
Rebus.
button is your key to the kingdom or queendom or whatever, done crossworddom,
Right.
to enter multiple letters into a single square
And
when you
that
need
is
it
a rebus in New York Times crossword puzzles.
in
It can be
crossword
a
puzzle.
symbol. It can be a rebus can be many things, but when we say rebus here, we're generally, not always, but generally talking about putting multiple letters in a square.
So the
Now, how
way
do
it
we do that,
works,
Sam?
see this key right there? It's
Oh,
not. It's very very complicated. I'm going to
oh,
click on it. Some field pops up, a little misaligned. We'll talk to our
yeah,
developers.
right.
I'm going to type in loop, and I'm going to press enter. And look at that.
I
Poof.
was right, through for a loop, but the loop is all in one square, and that's what the circle is. That's a loop.
Oh, that's why there's a
That's so
circle
cool.
there. Okay. So there's
Now
it's
we have some people who are very happy that it's Rebus Thursday.
hey,
And,
it is polarizing. Glad to hear there's some happy solvers out there.
they're going. They are putting in quite a lot of answers. So should we catch up with them?
Well, I just before we do that, I just want to look at 49 across
Um,
because that's the other part to how
yeah,
rebuses work. The
that's
reason
going to
why
be
you
another
enter a
number.
whole word in one square is because that whole word or group of letters is also going to work in the other direction.
That's
Usually.
right.
So a colorful bit of cereal is going to be a Fruit Loop.
One of my
Passing
favorites
through
from
for a loop.
childhood.
Oh
Billy
yeah?
knew that.
There's
Bruce
always a on
Giordano
Fruit
knew that.
Loops.
A lot of people did. Now, Nicole Xavier says 23 across. If we can leap back up there, is
Yes.
ITs or it? Yeah.
It could be
Oh,
IT.
yeah,
Let's
that's a
try that. I like
good guess.
actually, you know what? A slight subtlety is that I guess that's redundant, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be ITs, just something we do about our editing because there's tech in the clue, but
Mm-hmm.
the T in the we wouldn't use tech in that clue because the T
Oh,
in this answer stands for tech.
right. So
So
that's a very good point. We
very
don't know
minor distinction, but it's a way we can actually eliminate this as being a possibility. It's good could work in any other, puzzle with slightly modified wording, but
right. So, I think you're on the right track, Nicole. I think we're just going to have to take another stab at it.
it's very 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 close. What Deb? What should we do if we're not sure about letters in an answer and we're feeling so close, in the ballpark with them?
Give up and go have a drink?
I'm always down for that, but
Okay.
we are getting paid to do this, so I'd
You're
feel a
guilty.
little bit guilty if I did.
Man, all right. Well, I would probably try one of the crossings.
That doesn't sound like a bad idea. Oh, wow, this told what to do. Past
Don't watch
tense,
me.
bossed. So we know just like that it's going to start with an E. Can
Oh,
we even try this other crosser? I don't know. Straight up is a little hard.
that's tough.
But
All right, well, you know what? We'll come back to that.
we'll come back.
Alex Thibodeau is grateful for Toucan Sam of Fruit Loop.
Hey,
And Nicole Xavier thinks that 63 across is neon. They'll sleep down
63
there.
across is neon. Vividly colored is neon. See, Nicole,
Good.
you're right back. I'm loving that you're making all these guesses too. That's how
Yes,
you expand your territory in crosswords. If you don't guess, you're never going to get anywhere.
that's
So
right.
I like that one. That one works.
And even if you make a mistake, you're doing a lot better than someone who didn't even try.
Exactly. You miss 100% of the crossword answers. You don't
You
try.
don't take. Absolutely.
That's how the maxim goes.
See, you're very zen too, Sam. You think you're not, but you really are.
I'm actually it's because I'm more on the tired side today.
Okay.
Otherwise I'd be way more hyper. I haven't had my candy yet today.
Oh
So
man, how about coffee? Are you caffeinated?
here
There you
here if indeed it is coffee in this mug, but I'll never.
Exact. We're not telling. All right, let's move on because this is we're really killing this now. What have we got there? Do we have any other things we have is that 26 across has
Ooh.
another circle there.
Oh, the horror for one.
Now, I'll
What do
tell
we know
you,
about the horror?
I have spent enough of my life soft shoeing through various weddings and bar mitzvahs to know that the answer to this was circle dance because you dance the horror in a circle.
Well, that's all fine and good, but Deb, we have only 6 letters here.
I
There's
know.
got to be a better guess than
I
that.
would fill in dance. It looks like the dance is the last
I
part of
like
it.
dance, but like we only have 6 letters, so or
Well, I think we could probably, I think that the circle is a rebus and that circle and that square is a hint.
because it is literally that. This is, what's so funny is that you see, especially you solvers that are solving early week puzzles, you see circles in the grid all the time, usually to highlight hidden word finds or some letters that you should take away and do something else with outside of longer answers. Here, what's so
Absolutely.
funny is that these circles in this puzzle we're finding out are literally just indicators that some form of circle is
There you
going
go.
to be entered into that. And by the way, I breezed through that, but that was me clicking the rebus button again.
There you go.
Just hit enter on my browser.
And now we've got a circle going down there.
Oh,
Circle the unite and
unite in
defend.
defense. Well, that's circle the wagons, right?
There we go.
So boom, got
A lot of people are contributing. Oh, Nicole says, haha, missed the dad jokes.
that.
I'm here anytime for dad jokes. We've got to
back.
have them.
It's good to be
He
back, right?
says, if we go down to 53 across, he
Mhm.
says that's raw deal.
Raw deal. I like that a lot. That
Okay.
W isn't the most common letter, especially right next to a T. Maybe we
Oh.
can try 50 down.
Cheap.
Keep.
Huh.
So that's kind of tough.
It is tough. All right. So Bruce Giordano says 70 across is tote.
Okay, well, that gives us another letter. Lug along is the verb form for
Tote.
tote.
Exactly.
Tote's correct.
Mistake. Nancy says mistakes make me grateful for the app instead of ink. Me too, Nancy. I have
Brave
to
solver, ink solver. Shout
a
out to
lot
Nicole.
less erasures and blood. Do it on the app or on the web.
Indeed.
Alex Thibodeau just yelled "Ulm" at us, but he says that's part of 21 Down. I think that was Beethoven's.
Oh, German city where Einstein was born.
Sorry,
Thank
yeah.
you, Alex. You got that.
And the Ulm always reminds me of a Monty Python sketch.
Oh, yeah.
About, I think it was, I forget who it was, but Amy Laga says she loves learning new stuff from the crossword. I love that attitude, Amy.
That's my favorite part about solving a crossword. You're always going to take something away. You can be the biggest brain here. You're always going to take something away. I always do in the editing side, at least. Constructors of great minds.
When I'm solving before I write the wordplay column, I'll sometimes stop off and go, huh, that's something I didn't know. That's really cool. And I do the research so I can explain it to our readers. And I learn even more. It's great.
Going some fun rabbit holes, huh?
Yep. See, Valeria just guessed something and corrected herself. So it's nice to know that you're self-correcting, Valeria. First she said round, and then she said, okay, circle. So, you can make it's okay to make a guess that's not quite correct because you can figure it out.
I like that line of thinking, though. I mean, our minds should start to be racing about, we have a loop here.
Yep.
We have a circle here. What the heck? Let's check out this answer just to start thinking. Sounds a bit off. We know that in this square is going to be some sort of rebus
Something
that has the
round.
same meaning as circle and loop because it's indicated by that circle, right?
Now, if you wanted to hop down to 57 down,
Bill
says round out into 4 squares.
I like that. So we've got the out here, and what do we have to do? We're just saying circle, a loop. I guess this is a noun form. Around. You click that rebus button, or tap it. If you're on a mobile device.
That's right.
Round out, or the 3 dots if you're on an Android device, right?
Exactly. Yep. Well, if you on the app, the rebus key, because there's not a lot of room on the screen, the rebus key is part of a second keyboard that is under the first one. So if you're on iOS and you tap more, you will see the rebus key. If you're on an Android and you tap the ellipsis, the three dots, you will see the rebus key.
Honestly, if you're crossword solver on a device, consider yourself, you can walk around talking yourself up as, you solve crosswords with two keyboards. Like that's
Oh
pretty
yeah,
cool. Can I say that?
and not only that, but
Um,
it's New York Times crossword on a Thursday.
exactly. You're in it.
So we'll pass back to all of you. So we obviously have a rebus in the last long answer there. I don't know if we have enough to get it yet.
Offer at the bar.
Oh,
I'll let our solvers chew on it. In the meantime, here, I'll jump up to 5 down so we can chew on this rebus answer too.
yeah, there you go.
A network of secret agents.
Hmm.
This is what I like about this clue answer combo.
Mm-hmm.
Is it doesn't try and get too forced in the creativity. It's dead on. You see something like secret agents in the clue, right? Sometimes you just gotta slice and dice the clue to piece together the answer.
Exactly. And it's not that hard if you know what you're looking for.
Exactly. Secret agents, you're like, blank P blank, I wonder if that's spy something. And it looks like it because test the water with the question.
And then we've got that round thing.
So what do you call that? It's a spy. It's
not a spy ring.
Circle, a spy ring. That's the one.
And now I know what 19 across is.
We're aspiring to finish this puzzle in record time. I'll see myself out. That was absolutely atrocious.
Oh man! And
what is 19 across?
Well, I have to tell you that for 5 down, for the longest time, I really thought, going back to, a show from my childhood. What was it called? Get Smart. The network of secret agents. I wanted to fill in chaos so badly.
Oh, nice.
They were the bad guys. They were still spies.
Chaos with a K.
Yes. 19 across sounds a bit off. I think doesn't ring true.
Tricky. You want that S to be, like the end of the first word, right? Because
exactly. That is trick.
Doesn't ring true. Nice work. Oh, and this is such a fun answer at 8 down as well.
Love that.
Now, nothing to do with routers or mail routes. This is to get absolutely crushed. Lose big. Exactly. Elbows and myth. And lose big is such a fun answer.
Those are fun. Terp, Kristen, E. Pilate, and Kimberly #2 both said spy ring.
Nice.
O says doesn't ring true, which is a perfectly cromulent answer.
Boom.
And Terp Kristen has the last one, but we're gonna wait on that one.
Let's try to fill this middle part. You think? I don't know what other solvers are saying, so hit me with more.
Okay. Let's see. Valerie says round the clock misled me. Let's see. What else have we got?
Collection of 5 books at 32 across.
That one.
Right next to the horror clue.
Time. Maybe it's because I didn't know it was 5 books, but that's just me as being a non-observant person.
Could it be the Torah?
I think it is. Now we could probably get 20 down.
Oh, straight up.
Neat.
Nice. Tricky. Whoops. What? Tricky Thursday clues. So this was electrical engineers. Nicole, you were so close with this.
Yeah.
It's the
very
same
close.
deal. You just have to find the right answer.
Nancy Warren says 58 down is no.
Bad thing to do.
That's a no.
We're not looking for anything specific. It's just anything bad to do is a no.
Alex Thibodeau says 33 down is heir, like heir to the throne.
One who has it coming.
Yes, an
nice
heir
food.
To an estate is one who has it coming. Bruce Giordano agrees with neat. Let's see. I liked 28 down, the biblical thing of
biblically. To eat
of yes, something. Now, the one that the crosser starting with T.
Oh goodness.
This was lovely. I loved this. Now we have a question mark. Clue.
This one's so evil.
Beans. All I could think of was green beans, but you know what? That's not where this is going at all. The beans we're supposed to be thinking of are heads, because bean is
noggin.
slang term for head. That's right. But because they're French beans, we need to come up with the French word for heads, and that is tets.
That is going to be tets. French heads. Heads in French is how you can read the clue more at a Monday level. But yeah, tough.
Absolutely. Nicole Xavier kind of is going to give away. Now, I know Kristen had gotten it. We're going to blow it now. Nicole Xavier's loved this boozy puzzle. Neat. Mint. Next round is on me.
This round
round
is on me.
That was
Good.
a really
Actually,
good. Next round is
a
a
lot of
good
these
guess.
are so close.
Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
Boom. This
Bruce,
and the next round are on me. That's the
Absolutely.
delight. That's what I want to hear.
right. We're holding you to that too, Nicole, by the way. Um, Bruce Giordano says 64 across is boil.
The fume is to boil, both metaphorically.
That's
And then how about this?
That's
Stops
where
on the
ire
road.
comes from.
Yeah.
which
Stops on the road.
Oh,
And then an S.
wins.
Yeah,
And
interesting.
2-bit is cheap. That's a very cool.
I
I
like
like
that.
that entry.
Else and ins. What kind of guesses do we have coming in, Deb?
Let's see. Nicole says come to Dubai and it will be. Well, we never travel again, Nicole. uh, let's see, where are you? Effort. Wait, believability for short. That's got to be cred.
Indeed. Street cred.
And effort. Doing.
Yes, there's a collective noun. That's tough.
Yeah,
you know this was his doing.
Right now, Goas strikes me as an odd word, but maybe I'm parsing that wrong.
Yes, you are. You know, if only Crosswords could have spaces there, so we wouldn't have to make these slip ups. It is dressed like on Halloween if you go as Dracula to a party.
Ah, okay. So I did parse that wrong.
It is not, plural states of India.
I was going to say there's only one Goa. Bruce Giordano says
these puns can go a long way.
That's right.
What was that?
I'm back. It's okay. Bruce Giordano says 56 down is semi.
Rig is semi?
Right.
I like that.
Rig, yeah.
Which gives us...
I love this word. Smug.
Smug. Do you know the capital of Belarus off the top of your head?
Minsk.
Minsk? That's one thing I would say to solvers if you're actually outside of just following the clues, if you're looking to just factually brush up on a little bit of trivia, those world capitals, they're just going to show up in puzzles from time to time. Absolutely. Now, always fair game. So, something
and
like
we have, I don't think we ever did capitals, Sam, but we do have a bunch of articles that are topical, we 10
do have cities, just in general.
Yeah, 10 operas you need to know to become a better solver, and those are in wordplay in the words to know section. Up at the top, there's a tab, three tabs: words to know, puzzle making, and something else I can't remember right.
there's the constructor spotlights.
No, those are under puzzle making. That part I remember. But words to know has our word of the week, which is what the heck is that, and the topical articles that you wrote for me once upon a time that will help people learn certain topics that maybe they don't have in their wheelhouse, maybe they're a little weak on, and also how you can expect to see them clued, which I think is helpful, because that way the next time you see it in a puzzle, you might get it a little better.
Exactly.
Okay. We've got some guesses coming in. Let's
hit me. We're almost done home stretch.
I know. Let's bring this thing down. Billy Haas says 3 down is acre.
One of many for a ranch, indeed.
Just, absolutely. Nancy Osborne says 13 across is loco.
Off the wall is loco.
Yep.
Indeed.
Valerio says 43 down is destiny. That's a nice one.
Oh, goodness. It's a matter of choice rather than chance. Huh.
William Jennings Bryan. Nancy Osborne says 1 down is sled.
And I really, that's a great clue. 2 great clues crossing each other. Travel tirelessly because sleds don't have tires. Right. And then let's check out 16 across.
I love this.
Writes millennium sick.
Or accommodate.
Sick.
If you read clues very carefully, you might notice that there's something wrong with that. The words millennium and accommodate are misspelled. So if you write it that way, you have erred or made a mistake.
Exactly. They're missing
And
their double letters.
Nicole
Commonly mistaken.
here was making a guess at 47 across, but then said it's not, well, it's not what she thought it was. Bruce Giordano, though, says weed, which is you definitely don't want in bed, but that's not the bed you sleep in. It's a garden bed.
Yeah, you might. I don't know what you choose to indulge in your own bed, but
Yeah,
flower beds do not want. You don't want weeds in flower beds.
no,
So
you don't want them in the bed you sleep in.
you don't. You
That's
don't
pretty
want
gross.
weeds in the bed you sleep in.
No. So let's see. We've got yeah, Valeria's saying that there are two ends to millennium.
Yep.
Billy Haas says that's such a clever clue at 16 across. I totally missed it.
That's what we're here for. We got you.
Exactly. So now we have this one little corner left. This is great.
We're
What have we got?
talking about beds. We've got a bit of bedding.
Linen.
It is going to be
There you
linen,
go.
indeed.
Excellent. How about that short one there? The 3-letter one.
Oh goodness. 62 down. Travel quickly.
Huh.
Tough clue for a Thursday.
Jet.
It is jet, and that's going to really, really help us with this.
Exactly.
This almost could have gotten a question mark, but you really can lead it literally. The
You-
face of modern technology is not some pioneer behind it.
Right.
It's the literal emoji in
An
modern.
emoji. I love it. That is such a clever clue. Now, was that an editor clue or was that a constructor clue? Do you remember?
I did not edit this puzzle, but that strikes me as a Joel Faliano clue.
Okay.
Because Joel's philosophy, which I happen to agree with myself, is trying to hide the question marks, be extra evil so the joke really connects when you get it, you know?
Well, he looks like such a nice guy.
He looks like such a nice guy. Then you solve his minis, you fall into that trap.
That's fine.
Then
That's fine.
this guy can write some evil clues.
He really can. Kathy
He's
O
still my
says-
bud, though.
Absolutely. He's a great guy. Kathy O says 51 down is homie.
Exactly. Boom.
Yep. Your bud is your homie.
Joel and I are homies.
There you go. Bruce
let's-
Giordano says 54 down is felt.
Perceived is felt. I like that because it gives us
Right.
testy.
Now
and
we've got
fall.
2 squares
2
left.
letters left.
2 letters left. I know what this is because I've seen it in Crosswords.
Good-looking
before.
Edwardian era transport.
Yes. I think that though that for people who don't recognize it, maybe you should try the crossers. So let's see what 38 down is. Perceived. Oh, just like felt.
Yeah, just like that. I like the twin clues like that. Not much of a meaning change there, but still good. Still cool to
And
have.
Bruce Giordano's already got it. He says the answer is handsome.
Is handsome. It's actually this crosser is not the most helpful because you don't know this word. It could be duh or don't.
Exactly.
Fortunately, it's the latter.
There's not even any Homer Simpson thing. Look at this. Look
We
at
just
us.
solved the Thursday puzzle solvers. Well done.
That's awesome. Good
That
for
was
you
easy.
guys. You took this one down really well. Valeria says the mini puzzles are very instructive. Yes, you can learn a lot. And honestly, they are a mixed bag of easy and hard clues. They don't get harder through the week like the dailies do. So if you can do the mini crossword puzzles on a regular basis, you can solve the big daily puzzles. You really
that easy. It's that
yeah.
easy.
So if you have the skills to solve the mini, you literally have the skills to solve the daily ones.
Just start with the Mondays. That's all it takes.
Yeah,
Work your
Kimberly
way
says,
up.
yay! And now I have to say, do you want to take us very quickly through the theme, Sam, and then we'll get to our Ask Us Anything.
Sure. Though we might not have as much time for that as we would.
Yeah.
We blabbed for too long. Anyway, in some, you see a lot of circled letters in puzzles or puzzles that have circles, usually consecutively. I can't remember the last time, maybe it was once years ago, that the circled letters were literally used to denote synonyms of circles going in those slots. A very clever idea by Joe Kidd. We've got It's a rebus, which is multiple letters in a single square. If you've never seen this before, get used to it. It's going to happen again from time to time. Not every week,
We've
because we like to
actually
keep
seen
you on your
stuff
toes.
like this before. We saw this in the engagement puzzle for
Exactly, we
I
did
forget-
with the word ring. Yeah.
yeah, that was that a year ago? About a year ago
Let's
we
see.
had
It
that
was
puzzle?
last September, so
Last
time flies.
September. Okay.
But yeah, we got ring here. Spy ring crossing doesn't ring true.
Right?
Through for a loop crossing fruit loop. Circle dance crossing circle the wagons. And this round is on me crossing round out. I mean,
Excellent.
what also, just elevates a puzzle like this is even if the theme somehow didn't do that much for you, you've got fun stuff like lose big,
It is.
destiny with an interesting clue, emoji,
The fill was
do
very
this,
nice on this.
snoring. Just nice smooth fill to keep you entertained all the way through.
Absolutely.
That's our goal.
I'm looking forward to seeing more from Joe Kidd, and
Yeah.
honestly, not just because his name reminds me of a cowboy from the old west,
Oh,
but Joe Kidd, outlaw, but just he does a puzzle with really interesting stuff. I like the way he constructs. Valeria started trying MIDI puzzles. In fact, good for you, Valeria.
excellent. That's
Yeah.
great to hear. That's all on the packs on the app, right? You
Yes,
can go
I
freemium.
believe so. And Kimberly says on Twitter you've been streaming. Yes, we stream on Twitter. We also stream on our YouTube channel, which is Wordplay NYT. We may be adding to that in the near future. We're not sure. Um,
All
so
based on demand.
Billy Haas says, NYT crossword puzzle story time. This week I discovered that two of my best friends solved the New York Times crossword because I sent a screenshot of a mini and they yelled, "Dude, spoiler!" Haha, now our chat. Gotta love
Great.
it.
I got a bunch of my homies into
You
the mini puzzles. They're all
have,
doing it now.
yeah, you really have to appreciate the
They
spoiler
add each other
alert.
on the leaderboards. I think
Yeah,
that's still up.
then you guys can really torture each other.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, listen, we decided today because we knew we were going to finish early that we were going to open this up to an Ask Me Anything, an AMA, as they say on Reddit. Let's just explain. Sam is the editor of Spelling Bee. He is the associate puzzles editor for the Crossword. And you also edit, was it Vector?
I do the captions for Vertex. That's our new that's our newest digital game, and I also create the daily letterbox puzzle. So
Right,
yeah,
and the letterbox puzzle.
lots of
So
fun. We got some cool games out there. Try them all.
I am the columnist and the senior editor for the wordplay section, which is all of the editorial around the puzzle. I do not edit the puzzle. That is Will Short's, Joel Faliano, and Sam's job. What I do is I write and or produce and edit all of the stuff that helps you become a better solver, the articles, the features that are around the puzzle. So if you have any questions about wordplay or the crossword or any of the games that the New York Times offers, now's your chance. Ask us anything.
And if you don't, that's fine too.
That's fine too.
We
Yeah.
actually, it's already 150. So you'll have to fire.
Yeah, hurry up, guys. If not, we'll sign off.
It's lunchtime.
That's fine. I could use a break. But
I liked this puzzle a lot. This
I
was
did
fun.
too.
I hope you solvers did too.
I really thought it was very cute, and I think it was very accessible to a lot of people.
Not all Thursday crosswords have to be giant, envelope pushers either. I think this is, rebuses, they crop up from time
Place
to time.
for it.
It's a nice twist. It was done extremely well. How could we not say yes? That's what we do on the editing side. I mean,
We have some questions coming in quite quickly, Sam.
oh wow, okay, all right, I was wrong. All right,
So Nancy Osborne wants to know, what word have the most people clamored for on Spelling Bee?
Oh gosh. Let's see. I guess you could break it down by words I have added versus words I still haven't. Because at the end of the day, this is for you solvers. I'm just one editor, or I'm just the editor, one person behind it. I'm trying to shape the word list by what the solvers know and are going to be able to find. So I would say the one that took the longest to add that got a bunch of user feedback was Annal, Annal.
Oh,
I had
okay.
left it off originally because I really did believe that it was most common in the plural form. You know, you say the annals of history, but at the end of the day, you solvers proved that it was a word that a bunch of you know and would have guessed in the game. So boom, it's been added in.
There you
I
go.
think
I see. I
some
thought you were going to go with Raffia Gate. I really.
Raffia was a big one too. That was just an entire. I was just a swing and a miss on my part.
Somebody actually sent a box of raffia to Will Shortz's house to persuade Sam to add it to
I'd
the
already added
symposium.
it in. That was the
Yeah,
funny part.
you
But
have you
I'd say
really have
right now,
to admire that kind of persistence or
exactly.
passion.
But yeah, this is not. This is. I'm not. My goal is not to play gatekeeper with a word list here, you guys.
Right.
I'm out here listening to feedback. Just tell me some words that you thought of. I
If
mean, no
Sam,
mouth.
if
And
people want
take it
to
into consideration.
suggest a word that they didn't, if people want to suggest a word that they didn't see in the puzzle, how can they do that?
Boom. Thank you for leading me into the next part. You can always write buzzwords at nytimes.com
Get it?
with your
Buzzword?
feedback.
Yeah.
Buzzwords, no creative spelling. Buzzwords
Right.
at newyorktimes.com.
Um, Kathy O would like to know how big is the games team at the Times? Wow.
Oh gosh, it's ever growing. We probably have what, like 60 people now, I want to say.
I would say
Huge.
so. We started out very small. It was basically Will Shortz, and then I got hired to write wordplay, and then I got hired to produce the puzzles for a while. And for a few really terrifying years, it was just me, a lot of puzzles, and crying. But the New York Times was very smart. They decided to invest in what is one of their iconic products, the New York Times crossword, and they are very supportive. We have developers and marketing people and product people and editors, and we have a job opening now for another associate puzzles editor. If people aren't aware, you can go to the New York Times the New York Times website, look under job listings, and you guys are looking for somebody to help with correspondence
Mhm.
and going through the puzzles
All
and
sorts
keeping
of
everybody
stuff. Come
organized,
work with me.
right? There you go. Absolutely. It's really one of the funnest jobs in the world. If you have
Yep.
experience making puzzles or loving puzzles and you're a good solver, this might be the job for you.
Yeah.
We are the funnest team in the building, right?
Emphasis on funnest. I don't want to hear
Yes.
any complaints about that. That's the whole point.
No complaints
You're
about fun.
right for the job if you can appreciate the word
It's
funnest.
not in the style guide, but I don't care.
We're a
Um,
crossword, not a dictionary. I just
so
Deb, to your point, I just wanted to add that, you know, we're always talking to you solvers on,
yeah,
the editorial team, particularly outward facing, but we have such a good team we work with that, is
yeah.
often under recognized for, just how smoothly this web browser works that we're solving in right now. It's an
It's one
entirely
of the
great group of
smoothest of
people.
all. I'm sorry to jump in. It's one
Yeah.
of the smoothest of all of the newspaper crosswords. I have to say, the support that the customer care department and the developers give the puzzle is probably unparalleled anywhere else. And I think included in that, we should probably mention our producer, tech angel Veronica
You
Yurovsky.
beat me to it. That's where I was going with
Yeah,
this.
exactly. Is
Shout out to Veronica working the
Yes,
studio right now.
who gets us on the air every week so
Mhm.
that we can solve the puzzle with you, and also has a full-time job as a developer on the team. She just helped you with the spelling bee
Yep, indeed.
console. And so thank you for all your hard work, Veronica. We really appreciate you. And we appreciate all of the members of our team. They're
Exactly.
probably some of the smartest people I've ever met.
Yeah. Work well
Uh,
together. What else
so
do we have?
Terp Kristini Pilati says, "How long have you been doing crosswords?" You want to take that, Sam?
Oh goodness. Oh, I like this question a lot actually. Let's see. Well, I have had this job as the Times Associate Puzzles Editor for just over 3 years now, since
Mhm.
I graduated from college. Um, but I have been solving crosswords. I have been dabbling in crosswords or crossword-like word puzzles from as early as elementary school. But I
Right.
really started fully solving crosswords as a teenager.
Good.
And again, that's a testament to I'm living proof right now that you do not need to. This is not a trivia test on how much you know to solve the crossword. I
Right.
only knew, my baseball and my Star Wars clues when I started. But
There you go.
the more you solve, the more you pick up on your French words, your French 101 words, your Earl Stanley Gardeners,
Yep.
your Scrum and OTC, and then their clue pairings. It's just practice really does make perfect with the crossword. So
Yeah.
I would
Ben
encourage you to keep
is
doing so.
asking for Deb, how do you decide when to challenge a controversial clue in the column? It seems tough. Okay, well, yes, we ran into this the other day. Um, everybody has a different tolerance for what they believe uh, they want to see in a crossword. Everybody has a different opinion about what the crossword should be. Um, my personal feeling is that it's a source of entertainment, that it's supposed to take us away from the woes of the news pages and all of the stuff that's going on in the world. So when you run into a clue that is likely to cause pain for some people, or an entry, I will challenge that, because I think that, if the entries or the clues can be changed to something that's not painful, or it's something that looks like a word that could be interpreted as painful, um, I don't see a reason for that to be in the puzzle. I don't. It's not about censoring words. It's about the feeling you get when you're finished. Are you happy or are you in pain? Those are That's really my standard. It doesn't come up very often. But if something comes up like that, yes, I will say something about it. These are my colleagues, and I trust them. But once in a while, there is something that I will call out.
And I just want to add to that to say that, as she should, these are important conversations that
Yeah,
we should all be continuing to have.
and we do
Because at
have
the end of the day, we want the puzzle to be
right.
well
We're
received and resonant with every last one of our solvers. So
Exactly.
it's very
We
important.
all have the same goal in mind, and that's to entertain people.
Exactly.
So Sam will sometimes ask me if how a certain clue hits me before publication, and I'll give my opinion, and sometimes I'll ask other people, other colleagues, about things that I think make me a little uncomfortable. And what the end goal is, that we're all trying to do things to produce the best possible.
Exactly. Exactly. And all of this makes the puzzle better.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Billy says he wholeheartedly agrees. Let's see. Do you have a favorite day of the week? And we're coming up on 2 o'clock, so we're gonna
Yeah.
have to end soon. But my favorite day of the week is definitely Thursday. How about you, Sam?
To construct, hands down, Saturday.
There you go.
To
Those
solve,
are tricky.
honestly, probably Saturday as well. But I don't know. I'm a themeless guy at heart.
Okay. Well, you know what? I love a good freestyle puzzle too. I think that's where you get those really wonderful, long, crackling entries and good clues. Nicole Xavier, and this is going to be our last question. Nicole Xavier would like to know, how long before you get the daily puzzle, Deb? That's a really good question. Generally, generally, it's about 2 weeks now, I would say.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I don't always do them 2 weeks out, because again, I have other parts of the job that I
Bigger fish to fry.
well, no, that
I'm kidding.
writing the column is definitely a priority for me. But I will solve them as I can. I generally, if I'm very lucky, I can, and I don't have anything else going on and no other meetings or anything, I can crank out 2 columns a day. Generally, it will be one, because I like to put a lot of thought and research into it.
It's
Um,
evident.
yeah, you got to. Anyway, we don't want to keep you any longer. This was wonderful. I'm so glad that you guys were asking these
We could do
questions.
this more often. This was great.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's great. It's a great way to get to know us, and for us to get to know you guys better. This was a wonderful puzzle by Joe Kidd. And Sam, once again, thank you for joining me.
Thanks as always for having me, Deb.
And tune in next week when our special guest will be CNN anchor Chris Saliza, who is a very, very avid crossword puzzler.
It'll be fun.
And we will see you next Thursday. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks, everybody.